Hello everyone, it's Kim from Just the Two of Us. If you're new here, welcome. Just the Two of Us is a channel about my husband and I and our life in Wisconsin. This channel started to upload videos the first part of May, and the type of topics that we'll be uploading once a week, sometimes just once every 2 weeks, will be cleaning, organizing, cooking, baking, plant care, container gardening, just our typical daily life in Wisconsin. We live in an 1,100 square foot apartment near Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, with our tabby cat, Gabe. My husband's in manufacturing. I'm an accountant. We've been married for going into our 26th year. We like to hike and bike. We love nature, reading, movies, all the different things that you can do outside, gardening, walking, you name it. We enjoy it. We go to different places in Wisconsin. Of course, living by Wisconsin Dells, we go by there on a regular basis. We go to Devil's Lake State Park and take nature hikes. There's a lavender farm that we visit, and different thrift shops and different places of interest in Wisconsin that we'll be going to hopefully this summer, and we'll take you along with us. Today's video is a container garden tour. It's Saturday. We're heading out to get our vegetables from Orange Cat Community Farm. We ordered some lettuce and some spinach and stuff like that from her, and we're going to go pick that up. In the container garden video in that, I show you the different types of plants that I've been growing on our deck for a number of years. This year's new vegetables to try. We're trying to grow carrots, and we're trying to grow green beans. Our hope is to move out of our apartment very soon into our forever home and grow our own food. So thank you for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the tour. Okay, we're out on the porch, and we're going to do a video tour of my container garden. First plant is an impatient, a New Guinea impatient, and then I've got two bonnie plant rosemary in one container. There were two smaller plants that I had shipped to me, and they're doing good in a smaller container for right now. And I have some French lavender, first time I've ever had that, and I planted that, companion planted that with some thyme, because the thyme usually grows out of the container, and it looks like my French lavender is growing up. It's kind of a windy, cool day today for the end of May. We got a massive plant of rosemary here. I got this one at Walmart for just under $13. Usually I just get the little tiny plants from Bonnie Plants, but I decided to get a big one this year as well because we go through a lot of rosemary. This one's in its original pot and it's doing great. They like to have nice sunny full sun location, and they want to have they need to have well draining soil, water when the soil is when it feels like it needs to be watered, not until, because I've overwatered many a rosemary plant. We've got some oregano. This plant has doubled since I purchased it. That's been replanted. I've got some marigold that will help out our tomato plants, keep the bugs away. Just a small plant of a red geranium. I usually always have red geraniums in my container garden. This year I bought some begonias, some of the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. Got these at Bowers Marketplace in La Crescent, Minnesota, near where I grew up. And those are doing really well. I've had those maybe a little over a month now. I got those at their grand opening, I think, at the end of April. And so those are doing great. This is called a glacier. I think this is nope, that's not my glacier. This is a big boy tomato plant. It's probably only about 4 or 5 inches tall. It's doing good. It's in one of these cages. And they do really well in those. This is a tomato plant that's full grown, come up out of the top of its cage. That's also a big boy or better boy tomato plant. This one is an heirloom, and it seems to wilt a lot, which I think I'm probably going to give up buying heirloom type varieties, because up here in my container garden on the second floor, all I get out of them is either they just don't do well when you water them, then you water them too much, and if you don't water them, they're wilting, and they don't produce a lot. So this is not an heirloom. It's a regular big boy tomato, and this is an heirloom, either better boy or big boy. Over here I've got some green bean starters that I did inside the house. They're not doing too bad. Not doing as well as the other ones that I purchased. Then underneath here I've got some bee balm, and it's doing really well. It started out as a little plant with little teeny tiny leaves, and now we've got some really massive big leaves on top. So that's going to have a purple flower for the bees. This big plant here is pumpkins, as well as this massive plant here. It's also pumpkins, and I'm going to try to trellis that up. These are little mini pumpkins. First time I've done this, first time I've had pumpkin plants this mature at this point in time, so we're going to trellis those. This is a tomato plant that I got on a line from an online site, basically delivered to me dead, but it is coming along. I don't think it's going to produce much, but it's still alive. Green bean plant that also came with the same shipment, not doing too well. Here's some green beans that I picked up, plants, local nursery. I don't know why that one's so dry. But they are climbing beans, and so they're sending out their tendrils and climbing up, and we've got some tendrils that are first time we've grown green beans. It'll also be the first time we've grown carrots. Those are going in real soon. First batch of carrot plants didn't transplant well. So these tendrils, we hope, go up and connect to this table or stand that I have out here on the deck to keep plants on. Then we have a hens and chicks plant. I've got 2 sunflower plants, got some lettuce we've already harvested from that, and it was delicious. I've got a lamb's ear, just for ornamental. Got a fuchsia plant for the bees. Got another tomato plant back here. It's a glacier tomato plant. It's a salad tomato plant. I got that from Orange Cat Community Farms here in this area, where I get all of our produce. Peony plant from last year that's come back and looking great. Some more begonias. Some zinnias, also from Orange Cat Community Farm. 2 sunflower plants with some more marigold. Pepper plant with 2 sunflower plants as companions in that pot. I used potting soil from Walmart that I bought for about $10, a 25-pound bag this year. Pots that we've collected over the years. Water once a day. Say my deck is probably 12 by 5 foot. And that's what our container garden looks like. Spring 2020. And this is the little garden that we have right outside our front door. Got 2 boxwoods that we planted. And then we'll be replanting or repotting those come fall, because it looks like they're going to outgrow that. And we have some little fencing that we put in, hummingbird fencing. And then we've got hanging petunia, a gerbera daisy, some pink geraniums, some of the filler type stuff that we put into pots. That's another hanging one with a pink geranium and a pink petunia. That's what it looks like outside our front door. Okay, today I'm going to feed my tomato plants and also try to give my pepper plant a little bit of extra water, because once again today it's drooping. So I've got, you can't really see it, but I've got 2 pepper plant and 2 sunflowers there. And then I've got 3 tomato plants in front of me, kind of in various stages. This one's probably about 10 inches, this one's up to maybe 14 inches, and this one's, maybe 16 inches. And so I feed them Expert Gardener tomato and vegetable plant food. So I'm going to give that to the tomatoes and also the pepper plant. It's 2 tablespoons per plant, and then water generously. So we've got our water. As you can see, my pumpkin plants are going to overtake the porch soon. Got to take these pots in and seed or plant my carrots today. The lamb's ear is doing a little bit better. I was able to go to Walmart and find my favorite red plant. Still don't know what it is. It kind of, it's with us. It's probably in the hibiscus family. I'm not really sure, but I grew one last year. If you look back at my Instagram, it started creeping up the wall. It did really well, and I really just love this plant. So, like I said, I'm just not sure. It doesn't have any wording on it, but I got it at Walmart yesterday. I was pretty happy. So that's where we are. It looks like we maybe are going to see some flowers coming off that particular pumpkin plant. So I'm going to go and I'm going to fertilize and give a good watering, and then I'm going to go down below, and I have purchased some food for a hydrangea plant down there to take the bloom from white or off-white to blue. I'm hoping that will work this year, so I'm going to do that next. So that's what we're doing this Saturday in the container garden.